This was it. It was finally time to test our build. We had worked on it for weeks, facing all the struggles and challenges that came with it, and it was time to see if our determination had paid off. But that's a little bit too far ahead. Let's begin from the start. As all builds do, our build began in the brainstorming phase. It may have been the shortest part of our story here, but it was most definitely the most important, as it decided the trajectory our build would go in, and the future that we would hold in our hands. When we were given the prompt to either attack or protect a balloon, we had much debate. We had different thoughts on whether it would be good to attack and whether it would be how hard it would be to defend, but we eventually chose to attack. We had thoughts of going for a basic one that could stick to the front of the bumper and serve as a way to attack. The research phase began around a day after the brainstorming phase had ended. We had a general idea of what we should be looking for, that it being elephant or boar tusks, but we found something completely unexpected. We found resources on narwhal tusks, and we realized it would be a much better and cooler idea to go for narwhal tusk design than just your straight up elephant. We also realized that it would be easier for us to print the entire thing with holes in the bottom of the tusks for the screws to go through than just a plate of plastic. We finally gotten permission from Mr. Kemp to start the prototype phase and begin working in Tinkercad. In the prototype phase of the build, we went through several steps to remain organized. We first filled out the Kanban board, assigning tasks and putting our ideas onto the board. After that, we worked on completing basic designs for the tusks and screws. Then afterwards, we sent them to each other to view for any mistakes or improvements that could be made. After adding spikes and a design to the tusk and a logo to the screw, we went to the print. This is when our first problem arose. We had made the tusk too tall, and it wouldn't be able to print with a wrap. We still powered through and attempted to print, but the print soon failed. We just spent another day redesigning the tusk and screws to print with a wrap. After we printed, we entered the final build phase. The final build posed a few problems of its own in the last stretch of the project. When the screw and tusk finished printing, the screw would not fit in the hole in the tusk. And in the end, we had to drill a new hole and put some glue and some parts into place. While we were fixing the screws with hot glue, John, Luca, and Elvid painted the other tusk. Finally, the day of the race. We raced with the build in the front bumper, and we had worried that the tusk would stab into the ground and impair my driving. Thankfully, the tusks broke off just within the first 5 seconds and posed no problem with driving. Our group won the finals, and I was officially the best balloon gladiator in my class period. A lot of work coming. Both I and my team had a blast working together to overcome the problems we faced. We worked together with each other, sharing our files, checking each other's progress, both being good examples of such. In the end, everything worked out because our teamwork and drive.